All right, kids. Well, I don't know what she's talking about, but okay, now this one's going good. Yeah, about 15 minutes late, but that's what you can do when you have your own show is do whatever you want. So, yeah, you guys can deal with it, even though there's nobody. Wow, this is quite the audience today. Normally, there's at least like 2 or 3 people on here by now. Dingo Down Under. Ooh, another Australian. You know how wild it gets with one Australian. So yeah, there's like a few interesting things happened. So the Hall of Fame game happened last Thursday, and we actually had a close game. Came down in the last couple minutes, and the Ravens barely squeaked it out against the Bears. Got to see our first look at Lamar Jackson. We also got to see the rebirth of Robert Griffin III with the Ravens. How many Periscopes do I have? I got 2. Got this one, and then the other one with the actual sports show name on it. What are you doing? Being obnoxious. So yeah, that was neat. Now the question being for the Ravens thus far is who gets to stay and who has to go. Obviously, they're probably keeping Flacco. RG3 looked pretty good. Seems to have realized he has checkdowns as well as other options. And Lamar Jackson didn't look too bad. Then again, first game, they still got 4 more. Maybe they keep 3. Who knows? Just today, the Browns traded wide receiver Corey Coleman to the Bills for a draft pick that has yet to be announced. That was really surprising, being as Corey Coleman's a pretty good wide receiver, and yet they were trying to. What are you doing? Why are you on my other computer? Oh my gosh. Anywho, the distractions this week aren't as bad as they were last week. It's just one, and they're not drunk this time. The other distraction being I have glasses on this time, and I keep glaring the camera with them. Fantastic. But yeah, so that's kind of a weird trade that the Browns traded away Corey Coleman. Bills, though, definitely helping out their why am I getting these notifications? Bills definitely helps out their receiving core. Now they actually have 2 decent wide receivers with Kelvin Benjamin and Corey Coleman. Still need to figure out who the heck's going to throw them the ball, though. I've seen a couple of videos where Josh Allen just looked incredibly awful. And then I've seen others where he doesn't look too bad. But everybody's trying to judge him based on his first couple, training camp appearances or whatever you want to call them, practices. So aside from that, I mean, he has time to. Oh, okay. He has time to turn around. So I was monitoring a little bit this the Yankees Red Sox, and it was just like 4-1, and now it's 4-4, and they're going into extras. In case anybody was wondering. Yes, there's been a hell of injuries going on in training camp too, and being a Packers fan, obviously I see what every other fan's perspective is. And like Green Bay's had a couple different injuries, but nothing too crazy. And yet everybody's still freaking out like, oh my gosh, our strength and conditioning coach is just terrible. Like, okay, we just started. Jeez. Oh, and I love seeing Richard Sherman keep getting toasted at Niners camp. Now he's being set back by a hamstring injury. But I think it's just because he keeps getting roasted. Wouldn't you like to know? Gosh, I know your phone's dead. Why are you trying to play on my computer? Kids these days. We also had the Hall of Fame inductions. Ray Lewis's bust does not look like him at all, even though he still seems excited about it. So that's good. Oh yeah, since we mentioned Kelvin Benjamin already, he had some nice remarks about the Panthers, and it was really surprising. But some guys really feel like that. Stuff happens. Earl Thomas, he's getting all pissed off at the Seahawks. He either wants to be included included with a new contract or traded away. We'll have to see how that goes. Titans, they had signed Kenny Vaccaro because their starting safety tore his ACL and will not be able to play this upcoming season. And hopefully there's other guys that can stay healthy. Like all these early season injuries, hopefully they're nothing crazy, but you never know. And I'm sure somebody eventually is going to ask, but I just stumbled upon it already. Johnny Manziel got his first CFL start, and it was god-awful. His first pass was intercepted. His several other passes here were intercepted. He got benched in the fourth quarter when they were losing like 45-10. It was embarrassing, to say the least. But he's out there. We'll have to see if he gets another start or if he gets to play at all. Maybe he'll get traded again. Who knows? But apparently Montreal is really bad right now, so they probably want him just to sell tickets. Oh, well, that's funny. North Turner co-wrote a country song. All right. In NBA news, they just had the I don't remember who won that. I thought World did. Yeah. Twitter's freaking out because of the LeBron James, Donald Trump stuff, and I could care less, honestly. I just want social media to die whenever stuff like that happens. It's really annoying. Cavs traded for Sam Decker. It's about the only thing that's really happened recently in the NBA. Vince Carter, though, finally came out and said he isn't from the from the. You turn that down. I do not want to hear myself. He finally said he's not from a generation that chases rings. So that's funny. Kind of a little slap to the face to Kevin Durant and all those other ring chasers, LeBron. But he ain't going to win a ring anytime soon, I don't think. Jake, what is up, guy? I mean, it's kind of questionable what he's going to get in trouble for, but I don't think he should get fired. He's apparently known about this since 2015, so he should get some sort of punishment, but I don't think he should get fired over it. Yeah, maybe suspended, but they're going to only suspend him for like the first 2 games of the season when they play crap nobody teams, more than likely. I don't even know who they play. Maybe they have one good game, the first game, aside from they play Oregon State now. They'll be fine. They could suspend him for the first 2 games and be perfectly fine. Probably even the first 4. But even that, they'll probably end up fining him or something, and that'll be it. Which is really all they should do because he didn't really have a part in it. Ugh. Again and again and again. Yeah. It will be for the next few years until maybe Nebraska or somebody gets good. No, I missed that one. My bad. I'll get him next time around. Sometimes they only say like one thing and then quit talking, and some other times they'll say like 100 things. I don't even remember who they played first game. I think it's a nobody for the first game. Yeah, they play Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky, New Mexico, and then BYU. And then on with the conference. Hopefully I can go to the Wisconsin-Iowa game again. I think my mom wants to go. There, we got that one. Notre Dame or Michigan? I'm going to go with Michigan. Let's see how they do. Actually, well, let me look real quick. Because I know Michigan's got a couple questions. Yeah, I know. I said that a few minutes ago. Yeah, it's a 4-1, and now it's tied. Now they're going into extras. I might change that to Notre Dame instead of Michigan. That's Martinez for MVP. Yeah, probably. I mean, there's several Red Sox players that are playing really good. Oh, dang, they're in the bottom of the 10th already. So I love the other day that the Mets got blown out like 25-5 or whatever the heck the score was. But yet then nobody wanted to talk about the next day when the Brewers got beat by basically the same score. Yeah, Corey Coleman of the Bills definitely helps out their receiving core. Browns, I don't know why they would trade him. He's a good player, good receiver. That could be the move, opening up some space for Dez. Who knows? Dez Bryant to the Browns, possible. I'm surprised that Dez Bryant hasn't been signed by anybody yet, or at least like garnered more interest. Because it's not like he's like old and decrepit. It's just he's annoying and wants the ball too much. Dez to the Rams, I don't really see that one. It would be a help to them, but I don't think they'd do it. Probably don't have enough cap space right now. Plus, they're probably going to use the rest of their cap space to sign Aaron Donald. I do not want Dez in Green Bay. I think they'll be fine without him. Glenn. I'm sure he won't be hurt for long. It's going good, Glenn. How are you? Glenn, there was another Australian in here earlier. I don't know. Their username was Dingo Down Under. Yes, it's definitely between those two teams, and I think the Packers will probably come away with it by like a 1 or 2 game lead. As long as they keep healthy and that defense is stacked like everybody's hoping it's going to be with Mike Patton. And defense, I guess, has looked really good. Preseason, technically, yes, has started. The Hall of Fame game was on Thursday. We got preseason for the rest of the NFL is starting this week. Who won? The Ravens won by 1. It was 17-16. Are you getting? Which one are you getting? Hello. How are you getting 19? It's not even released yet. Yeah, it is this week. Cool. Hey, I'm getting it too because I pre-ordered it. Yeah, they got all three of those. Well, I mean, I guess kind of new because the offensive coordinator is Philbin, and he was there already. No, Glenn, Xbox. I sure hope so. I mean, that's the point of getting him. Well, Glenn, get a Xbox and play me. I'm really glad they got Mike Pettin though because he has not had less than a top 10 defense as a defensive coordinator, and that's what I'm hoping for. I hope they have a good defense. They got some good pieces back at corner with Kevin King being injury free, having Travon Williams back, getting rid of Tamarius Randall, and now they've got Jair Alexander and Josh Jackson, as well as a couple other young guys. And if you say so, Glenn. So I'd probably beat you like 75-0. Who do I use? I used myself earlier. I was doing the franchise mode where I was the franchise quarterback. My prediction for what? Oh, it's for the Cardinals. Which, speaking of Cardinals, I am going to the Green Bay Arizona game this year, and I am super excited. I passed most plays because, especially in that franchise mode, the running back AI is incredibly awful. I did pick the NFC North. Did you cut out at that point or something? I said it's definitely going to be between Green Bay and Minnesota, and I think Green Bay is going to get them by a game or two. Lions and Bears, the Lions will be up there kind of pestering, but not really like contending. And the Bears are just going to be trying to get to like 500 maybe. Yeah, I will get out the cheesehead when I get up there. Oh, did the Red Sox get it? Oh, yep. 5-4. The sweep for the White Sox swept today too. I mean, there's one here but she's not drunk this time. What? Back to school on the 20th. I don't even want to think about it. Fifth year senior in college, bro. Then I'm done. Done for a while before I decide if I want to do more schoolage or not when I have money. Don't forget to drink water, kids. Where's Tyler? So he said he might be back this week. I'm guessing he's not because he was asking me for a ride on Wednesday because he was drunk and he's like, I'm not moved in, but I'm down here right now. But he said he wanted to do another show soon, so we'll see. We might have to bump showtime up when school starts because I got to get up early every day once school starts. Yeah, they are new glasses. Thank you. He likes the Cowboys. Glenn, I can't start it later just for you. You gotta watch replays, bud. I think he likes Illinois, but because Illinois is awful, he doesn't really watch them, and he just watches a bunch of different teams. I'm sure later is better for you, Glenn, but I can't be doing later. Sure, that sound quality sounded real good. Tapping my head on that mic. Illinois is awful. I don't want to be here. That's why I'm trying to leave. Got one more year. Getting out. And Glenn, in many years of customer service industry, I have learned the customer is usually never right. So you want yourself there. When this takes off, that's going to be the slogan. The customer is never right, so don't listen. Yeah, Lovie Smith's still trying to figure out if he's a college coach or not. He should just be a defensive coordinator somewhere in the NFL. Mm-hmm. Caught the peanut. Yeah, there's some M&Ms in there. Yeah, I've seen a lot of coaches polls and like AP polls and crap like that, but none of that really matters. But yeah, we'll get the first look at some top 25 polls. When's college start? In like 20 days. Glenn, you stop that. Exactly. Boo. Yeah. From the Big Ten, Ohio State starts 3, Wisconsin at 7, Penn State at 9, Michigan State at 12, and Michigan at 14. Does Indy have a team? Yeah, I like the University of Indiana. Oh, for sure. I definitely think we'll see Ohio State, Wisconsin for a couple years because nobody really in the Big Ten West is doing a whole lot. Are they good? Not really. There's Purdue that's also in Indiana. They're not very good. They're both those teams are good at basketball. That's about it. Um, but yeah, we could see that for a couple years. Big Ten West isn't shaping up very well unless Nebraska takes a few steps forward with their new coach. But I still think that's like a year or two out. Michigan State maybe, but I don't think they have enough right now. If anything, I think the biggest competition in the East is probably Penn State for Ohio State. Why isn't he good at basketball? That's like the sports or the state's biggest sport. The Hoosier State. Apparently, a Hoosier is somebody that plays basketball. You stop that. Michigan lose this year? I'm going to go with 4. Lose 4 games. By who? Let's look at their Chegier. Stop buzzing, phone. Okay, so I could see them losing to obviously Wisconsin, Ohio State, Penn State, and Michigan State. What are you screenshotting? I don't know if you said anything before. I'm sorry. I just saw the screenshot of 3 apps. Ohio State's schedule. They will probably lose like maybe 1 game to either Penn State or Michigan State. I don't think they'll lose to TCU. TCU doesn't know how to play defense, and when they go against a good defense, their offense can't really get clicking. Yeah, so for Wisconsin, if anything, I could see them possibly losing to Penn State. But other than that, no. Let's look at Michigan State. They'll probably have a tough game against Penn State. Probably a close game against Michigan, but I think they'll win and then possibly lose to Ohio State. And Penn State could lose to Wisconsin, Ohio State, maybe even Michigan State. Yeah, I'm sure Nebraska will probably make a bowl game with their schedule here. Yeah, I mean, the earliest thing I could see them losing a game would be Michigan, then probably to Wisconsin, probably to Ohio State, Michigan State. But aside from that, that's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's still 8 wins. You only need 6 to get into a bowl game. It's really easy to get to a bowl game. That's good. I have some too. I'm trying to build them up. It's always good to have good sports and sports media following you around. Okay. Be quick. May not be on here. Don't have the viewership like last week. Oh yeah, Rutgers is always bad at football. Nobody else gonna comment here? Man, where does Melky Cabrera play? I was hoping the White Sox would re-sign him, but they did not. I think is he in Cleveland now? Yeah, he is. Oh yeah, how are you gonna do that? Well, I don't think Maryland's gonna be as bad as you think, because they were supposed to be bad last year. Went out against a fairly decent Texas team and went shot for shot with them. What's your free app that's supposed to be saving me money? I already see all the games for free. Trying to help your salesman pitch here. How many Big Ten teams will make it to bowl games? Michigan, Michigan State, Penn State, Ohio State, Wisconsin, Nebraska, Iowa. Yeah, probably about 7. I don't know. I think Northwestern is going to be on that bubble. If anything, they'll get up to 6, and they'll be, excuse me, they'll get to 6 and just barely get in, or like maybe 7. Okay. Probably lose to Michigan, Michigan State, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Notre Dame, maybe Iowa. So yeah, they'll go like 6-6, maybe 7-5. Because they played Purdue first game of the year. Probably win that. Probably beat Duke. Probably beat Akron. Lose to Michigan. Lose to Michigan State. Lose to Nebraska. Beat Rutgers. Lose to Wisconsin. Lose to Notre Dame. Close game between them and Iowa. I don't know who would win there, and then they'll probably beat Minnesota and Illinois. Oh well, yeah, I answered that for you. You asked how many teams did I think was going to make it. I told you, probably about 7. They'll be right on the bubble too. Like Northwestern, Minnesota, maybe Illinois. No, probably not Illinois. Maryland. They'll be like right there on that bubble of like 6 wins. They'll probably get into some nobody bowl game. Yeah, Purdue too. Yeah, they'll probably do about the same. Get into some tiny little nobody bowl. The Southeastern Northern California or Carolina something bowl. I'm eating some trail mix, my guy. You failed. Yeah, you. These glasses are starting to annoy me. So, and I can't see what y'all are saying without them. So, let's get some preseason football action in this week, and then we'll talk about that next week. How's that sound? Sounds phenomenal. Yeah, apparently it's not finalized. I keep seeing working on, even though Sam Decker on Twitter said he is going. So I think he's going regardless. Not a bad move for the Cavs. But anywho, yeah. So come back next week, kids, and we'll discuss some preseason football, and we'll talk about some other things. I like Frank too. Frank's a nice guy. Frank the Tank. All right. Have a good week, everybody.